The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. Why don't we just wait here for a little while, see what happens?
Do you want to die, Sidney?
For England, James? No.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Fill your hand, you son of a bitch!
Look what you did to him!
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
As you can see, I'm not happy.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I am Brandon, and alongside me always is Kenny and Andrew.
What's going on, man?
What's up?
And it's been a hot minute since we recorded for Macho, hasn't it?
Since the last time?
Since the last
Been
time.
a hot minute since the last time.
Been a month?
Been about a month, I think, yeah.
Was we here the last time?
Probably. Sounds right. But, just busy, you know.
Yep.
We decided we haven't done a versus in a while.
Yeah.
And that was kind of our bread and butter for a long time. And we launched the podcast and did some other things. And, of course, we did mention when we launched the podcast that we would be returning to versus at some point, just making it a part of our podcast. But, we're gonna do a little versus today. And who better to make a comeback on versus than Jean-Claude Van Damme. Or Von Damme if you're an asshole.
Von Damme.
You're a Von Damme asshole.
It's obviously Van Damme to me, then.
You're a Damme asshole. So we're doing Hard Target versus Timecop.
Oh, yeah.
Would you guys think these are the two best Van Damme movies outside of Universal Soldier?
Yeah, Bloodsport would be in there.
And Bloodsport?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know.
But yeah, I definitely think these are among the top.
Right.
Lionheart is good.
Lionheart is a good one.
I have not seen Lionheart, actually.
Oh, dude.
Death
yeah.
Warrant
Death Warrant is good. Yeah.
Yep.
That is true. That is very true.
He just had like a 4-year span where he just cranked out.
Yep.
Like one every year or just two every year.
Some of the most badass action.
Yeah. He did some Steven Seagal stuff.
And you definitely knew that he made sure to let everybody know that he could do the splits.
Oh my God.
And show his butt.
And he could do them well.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, actually. Yeah. The amount of splits he did in the scenes that he did them in.
Yeah.
It's a little bit much.
And we'll get to that here in a minute.
Yeah, for sure. Just adjusting some audio levels here because on the fly. Sorry, had to miss that. Anyway, you guys want to get right into it? You got anything else to discuss beforehand? We got anything else to mention before we get into it?
No, I think both these movies are really good. They're definitely worth revisiting.
Yeah.
And, let's just get into it.
It's all business today. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, for those who are just now joining the podcast as your first listen or something, what we do with these verses is we pit these two movies up, or three, or however many. Usually they have something in common, whether they be just action, like it's a genre, or a person, or whatever.
Same year,
maybe. Something a little similar to them. And then we get usually about 5 categories, and we just we go down the line and see which one wins each category, and whoever's got the most categories at the end wins the verses. It's the top dog. Both of these are good movies, but we're going to see which one we think edges the other out. Before we get, I'll mention the categories. Usually we have about the same categories depending on the type of movie, the genre of movie. For action, We did this for Seagal here not too long ago. For action, we're doing story, setting, acting, action, and antagonist. And usually we might work in something different here and there, but usually that's what it amounts to, is those same 5 categories. And no, I mean, the acting isn't usually strong in Van Damme movies, or in a lot of action movies, really. So they're all kind of fair. It's all fair game, so it's still a good category to have, I think.
Right.
We'll get into the story here in just a second. I just want to let everybody know that you can listen to all of our podcasts on YouTube. We'll have the video versions out on YouTube, and also wherever your podcasts are, whether it be Spotify or Google or
Stitcher,
iTunes, whatever. We're there too, as will be all future podcasts, and even our new M3 Wrestling podcast as well. We just launched.
Yeah, we will not be on Tinder.
We will not be on Tinder or Grindr. But yeah. Anyway, who wants to kick off?
We'd have to cover the Hostel movies or something if that was the case.
Yeah.
We will cover those in the future.
We will definitely cover those. I haven't seen Hostel in a minute.
I just watched it about 3 days ago, and then I watched the second one.
Oh, did you really?
The third one ain't worth watching. So.
I got to be careful about my beautiful dog here who likes to get up and move things. Anyway, without further ado, let's get going on our first category. Who wants to kick it off? Story.
I'll go ahead and kick off story. For story, I went Timecop. Hard Target is kind of a take on the Deadliest Game. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of been done before. This is a little different. It's on the bayou, and there's people being hunted, and Van Damme trying to help this girl, but there's so much going on in Timecop where they, this presidential candidate's going back in time, sending his lackeys back in time to get money to help his campaign, and he's going through an altering time. So there's a whole bunch of threads there, and I thought there's more going on.
Yeah. I went Timecop as well on this one. So I went. It didn't take me very long to pick my winners of these categories. It didn't. And then I sat on it for a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. I need to give this a fair shake. I still ended up with Timecop, but I do, even though Hard Target isn't as unique, or it's more your run-of-the-mill action movie, I think. Story-wise. It's not the strongest. Anything with time travel, you know what I mean? Like I love Back to the Future, the one with Jet Li. Like anything with time travel, when you're potentially about to screw something up or you need to go back and fix something, I'm all for it.
Time is important.
Yeah. So
important to everybody.
So I mean, really, it's not that hard.
It's pretty well done, with the exception of one scene that we talked about earlier today on Messenger.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, where he goes back in time and things have been changed, and the owner, the creator of this not software, but this machine has been killed, and so things have been altered, and so Van Damme's boss doesn't realize who he is, and so that was done a little clunkily. We all thought
that was a loose end that didn't get tied up.
Yeah. It was really weird because I've seen this before, but it's been a long time, and I went back and watched it, and I was in there, and I went and got like a snack or something, and I missed just like maybe a minute, and I came back and I had to rewind it because I'm like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah, they're best friends. He doesn't know him.
Yeah, they're best friends, and they didn't know, and he doesn't know him. He never worked for the TEC when he came back from '94 after that other software engineer got killed. So it moved everything along. I mean, what's his name? Come back and change. I guess discontinued them, or was about to, and he never joined in the first place.
Right.
So that's how he doesn't know. How he doesn't know him. I guess I get it when you really think about it. It's like they did nothing to explain.
Yeah, you really have to think about that. Yeah. I didn't really understand it until I kind of broke it down, and I'm like, okay, here's what I think's going on.
Yeah, there. and I'm like, okay, that sounds good. What you're doing, it sounds good. I get that. It's just at the moment in time, I'm like, what? they're not explaining anything here.
No.
Like, it just, you just have to go with whatever's going on. And it was also weird because he just, like, I don't know you, but he was kind of cool with him. Like, you would think that if this random dude showed up from a time capsule, that you would be like, hey, let's arrest this guy.
Yeah, and question him at least.
And question
We need
him.
to hold him until we figure out more about this.
Yes, but he opens up the deal, and then he's just, like, standing right there. He's like, wow, you made it just in time. The tracks are about ready to come up.
Yeah.
I'm like, but then he's like, I don't know who you are, mister. Like, what? Like, what you just said here, like, kind of insinuated, the very first thing you said to him insinuated that you knew who he was and that why he was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you didn't. So I'm like, what is happening? I had to, I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. What'd you have for this one, Kenny?
I did go Timecop.
Okay.
And I like the story, of Hard Target. But like I said, time, that's important. Everybody thinks about, if I could go back in time and figure this out, this team wins the Super Bowl, everybody's always like placing bets, like his partner was going back and playing the stock market. Playing the stock market. You know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool. And, but I'll go ahead and take it into setting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Because that's what I'm getting at. I went with Timecop on setting. Even though I love the Bayou and I love the South. But the first scene in Timecop is one of the coolest things.
Were they in the Civil War?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember, as a kid watching that, you're just like, oh man, that's so awesome. Because he just wasted those guys.
Yeah.
And then, you get to, where was his partner? Was that like 1929?
Yeah, at the stock market crash, yeah.
The the poor bastard that when he pulls up and honks and waits for somebody to come open his car door for him. And you got a dead guy right there that had just killed himself.
Yeah.
Which is kind of foreshadowing his demise.
And I love, can I say I love the police officer there?
Yes.
Oh, poor bastard. Tomorrow could have been a better day.
Yeah, it could have been a better day.
What does he say when they're falling and then they go through the portal? Mary, mother of Joseph.
Yeah. Sweet Mary, yeah. I don't know. It's really, really cheesy.
I forgot what his name is, but he's just billed as Irish cop.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, that's all you need to know. Yeah. You know his name is Tim or something. I went with Timecop for setting. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with everybody at home watching this or in your car or wherever you're at. I don't like New Orleans. I don't like anything about New Orleans. It's hot. It's muggy. It stinks. And I'm sorry if you're from there. I'm not. I have nothing against you.
Yeah. Shout out to all our New Orleans listeners.
Yeah. I love all you guys out there, but I hate your town. It sucks. I've been there. It sucks. If it's not January, it sucks. Now, that said, I think the Bayou setting lends itself really well to the story. You know what I mean? I think it works within that, the hunting and all that. I thought that was cool. I didn't absolutely hate all of that. But I just don't like if you're in the city somewhere, like, you might as well just be in the Bronx. I mean, it's the same thing.
Right.
It stinks and it's dirty and it's full of criminals.
That's the first place I've ever got hustled by anybody. Was right there.
New Orleans.
Some guy trying to get money from me.
Yeah.
Was New Orleans.
So, I mean, it fits. It's just like, it doesn't, like, and I don't like Washington. I don't like D.C. I don't like the government. But this all works really well here too, and the thing is too, you've also got the past and the future.
Yes,
you got the present and the past. So like the setting's better, man. Like it looks better. Like
except for the cars.
DC and film anyway always looks better than New Orleans.
That's funny. This was the first time I ever got hustled was in Washington D.C.
Really.
On
that's funny.
A world history school trip.
That's crazy.
As a kid.
As a 15-year-old kid, yeah.
Got hustled.
Can't
hustle me. I'm the ultimate hustler.
Yeah. Guy sold me a fake chain.
Mm.
And then I had another guy try to clean my shoes. I mean, you're 15 years old. What are you going to...
sir, what are you... Can you please stop?
So he's like washing away and then demands money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And my teacher had to step in and be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be doing
We're
that.
not paying.
Not a legal
Leave.
transaction.
Yeah. You're a minor.
leave.
Well, I'm going to go hard target for all the reasons you guys didn't say.
Get over here.
Yeah, I
I don't hate it.
You
I
New
don't
Orleans
hate
loving son of a bitch.
it is everything you said. It's humid and crazy, but
Dude,
I
it's so
did.
bad.
It's the perfect setting for a guy who looks like Chance Boudreaux for this movie. It's they're down there in those narrow corridors.
By the way,
it. Why
yeah.
are you wearing a trench coat when it's that hot?
I know.
Right.
I know. A psychopath.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that's not grease in his hair. That's straight up sweat.
Yeah.
It's just wet hair because he's always sweating.
Yeah.
Like,
It
that's what.
looked good.
Oh, it did. Yeah, it was a badass mullet.
yeah,
So-
nice
but,
perm.
But it was. I'm like, that's not product. That's straight up sweat.
But I like that. I like the bayou, and I really like the Mardi Gras graveyard at the end. I love that part of the movie, how it's all dark and the explosions lighted up on the inside. That probably goes more into action and that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I just overall I liked it more than I liked the TEC stuff because it was just kind of utilitarian and just bare bones. It was a very used looking future. And I can respect that and like it, but I did like Hard Target just a little bit more.
It could have went either way, really, because like I said, as much as I don't like it, both really lend themselves well to the story.
Yeah.
Before we move on, back to the mullet.
Uh-oh.
We had
Yeah.
mullets in Timecop.
We did.
Yes,
The two
we did.
henchmen had the coolest looking mullet mohawk.
We're going to have another versus right here.
Yeah.
Who had
the Battle of the
better-
Mohawk?
Who did it look better on?
There's obviously
The
Chance.
big tall henchman, the big brute.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that
I
was
forget
good.
his name. He
I do too,
usually
but it's
plays
a
the same kind of
but it's a
character.
good. He was
the guy with the metal shin guards.
He
looked menacing.
He looked like he was wearing those like gauntlet leg bracelet things on the he looked like a futuristic dude from Back to the Future.
I'm
It kind of looked like
surprised.
it looked like somebody dressed him from
Yes.
Back to the Future.
I couldn't wait for him to get beat up.
Like I'm
something
surprised
like
that
that.
guy's name wasn't Gore.
Yeah.
Or something
It should be
that.
like Axel, like Axe or
Axel Kilgore.
Yeah.
Hammer.
Hammer, Yeah. Hammer. Take care of this
But
guy.
no, definitely Chance had the better.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
for
better
sure.
mold.
Absolutely. Sweating all.
Yeah, Chance or so like between both his characters, you mean Chance had the better one? You think?
He didn't really have a mullet in
Well,
Time Cop. He just had a little longer hair.
See,
Future.
if I was going to wear hair like that, I would choose
Kinda.
Walker's. But sweetest, you got to go. You got to
Yeah.
go Chance.
Walker's got that solid snake thing going
He's
on,
pretty suave.
which I like that. Now, it did not look suave in the final act. Did you notice that it was a wig? Did you notice it was like they changed? Because like it looked good. If it wasn't a wig in the rest of the movie, it looked good. But for whatever reason in the house at the end, I think he probably got something happened because
You think it was a stunt double or was it on
no,
him?
it was on him.
Oh, wow.
So they just didn't do something right
I
at the
didn't
end.
notice that, but I'm
Go back and
I'm gonna
watch
have
it.
to go back
Yeah.
and
Go
notice.
back. Go back.
I watch this movie twice a year, so
When-
I'm going to see it
Yeah.
anyway now.
Yeah, when it's around the scene where they've got a hold of her and what's his name comes in. I'm already losing
Ron Silver.
Ron Silver's
Silver.
character comes in. McComb, yes, thank you. McComb comes in and then I'll call him Axel just because he should be named Axel. Axel, I think, has got a hold of Mira, which is Melissa, right?
Right.
And
Melissa.
then Melissa, the past Walker, he busts the window and he looks in, and that's when he first sees him for the first time. It's around that time.
Okay.
So yeah, go back and look at that.
Interesting.
Go back and
Spent a lot of time on this, but yeah,
Maybe a reshoot
Yeah,
or something.
okay.
it may have been, and they just put a bad wig on him or something because he might have already cut his hair by
Yeah.
well, because this was the same year he did Street Fighter, wasn't it? Or no, was it 93?
Yeah, this was the only movie he did in 94, I believe.
Was Street Fighter 94 or 5 or 4?
95.
Okay, so never mind. But he did something. He must have done something because I guarantee he cut his hair or something because they put a really bad wig on him.
Not cool.
So
No, it's not cool. It's not cool.
So 2 to Timecop.
2 to Timecop. So acting. The battle of the acting category in a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Oh boy.
So
I'm going to ponder this. Somebody else take this one.
I'll be honest with you guys, it's going to be a lackluster thing because I gotta say it's Timecop. And it's not good. It's not good. And the reason why I picked Timecop is because the story between him and Melissa and their characters, even though he's just over the top, and even in this with his soft voice like this, it wasn't good. But I felt a better connection between those two characters and what they did than and how they acted with each other than I did through anything in Hard Target. I love Lance Henriksen. I love
Arnold Vosloo.
I absolutely love both of those guys.
Yes,
but we'll get into more of that and Antagonist.
Yeah, and then Wilford Brimley. Like, there's so many. Like, there's a lot of good people in Hard Target, and Lance Henriksen is awesome in everything, but they all act retarded. Even Lance Henriksen acts like he's like the devil in The Devil's Advocate or something. Like, he acts absolutely insane, which is perfectly fine.
That scene when he's on fire, yeah, he's like he's just slowly taking off his coat. Like,
yeah, he's just it's so ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, I get it. He's psychopath, I guess, but it just, and like just the line delivery and Yancey, right? Is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yancey Millhill.
Natasha in the movie.
Natasha. Nat.
Like the bug?
Okay. She's okay, but she wasn't Mira Sora, right?
Mia Sara.
Mia Sara, I'm sorry. Sorry, it's very, very, I was close. I have a lot of names going through my head right now. But, yeah, it's just, I told Kenny this earlier in group chat, but Yancey is the hottest ugly girl ever. It's
the eyebrows, I think.
Maybe. And were those her legs at the beginning, or were those white, like, really thin leggings?
I'd have to see it again. I can't remember.
Because if you go back to when they're on the pier, and then I think maybe there's another place, because I think the legs she showed like the beginning looked normal, and they may have been leggings. I could never really tell, but they were so thin if they were, that it looked like her legs, and they were super white compared to the rest of her body. I'm like, there's no way they chose this for a movie. Like, there's for a love interest in a movie, there's no way.
Maybe she's a vampire. They are in New Orleans.
Well, Lestat's.
Or did Lestat turn her, or
Louise? Anyway, yeah. So I had to get that out of my system. So she's hot, just kind of ugly hot.
I'm gonna jump in here, Andrew, because
we're
moving to you real quickly. I went Timecop. I thought they were both not good, but I don't want people to think. I don't want you guys to think that I'm trashing the movies, because the movies are really good.
Yes.
Just, if you watch Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, then nobody's winning
Oscars,
and nobody's getting a Golden Globe or any of that. It is just straight up action, ass kicking. So I'm not. I don't even have any good explanations of why.
I think everybody who watches Hard Target and Timecop gets it.
Yeah,
I think they understand. Yeah, like, because I can't. I'm not going to articulate it any better than I did or tried to.
It's like me. I love Dolph Lundgren and I like his movies, but he's not ever going to win anything.
No, it's not one of those things where, I mean, Arnold is an anomaly, really. Who can look good and actually act a little bit
at times.
At times, I mean, some of it's goofy, but he can get away with it because he's tighten that up right there. He can get away with it because he's Austrian. Jean-Claude can't get away with it because he's French.
Oui.
Oh.
Oui.
I just want to eat.
Yes, I just want to eat. Read between the lines.
So I could go either way. The stuff with Mia Sara and Van Damme, and even the stuff with Bruce McGill, his buddy in that movie. I really
I like Bruce McGill.
I do,
except for that one damn scene.
But I'm going to be
fans.
I'm going to be the guy who stands out here by himself. I'm going to go hard target. I like a lot of the side characters, like the character of Roper, the homeless guy, the black guy that, he's just got this, when he goes to the post office and they're there and he's signing up to go to be hunted, and you just see the look on his face. Even Poe, for that matter, some of the side characters.
And see, a lot of times, sorry to cut you off, a lot of times we will combine the categories into two, and it's acting and characters.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about that this time. We just said acting. So if it was characters, I would have gone hard target.
Yes.
But acting wise, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
We.
But I like most of these characters, and I gotta love Wilford Brimley in this. There's times when like Van Damme's asking where his 30, you still got my 30-06 and a Gatorade, and there's some times where he comes through and his diabetes talk comes through and he's not Cajun anymore, and then there's times where he's got a bow and he's like, shrimp etouffee, and
he's way too Cajun all of a sudden. All over the place.
I love that, and maybe that is more characters, but I'm going to go hard target just for that.
You lost anyway, so might as well.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
some of these are kind of closer categories.
Yeah.
How did you guys like when Ron Silver pistol whipped the old boy and then he says, "Don't interrupt me when I'm talking to myself."
Oh,
yes. That was the funniest.
That's really good.
Just punched him, or he pushed his head up against the side of the.
When they were in the way too futuristic.
Okay, I've got to say this. Yeah, I noticed that too. I'm like, I looked at all the other vehicles. Like, why does none of these vehicles look futuristic except for that presidential ride?
Yeah,
the president ride is like a super futuristic armored vehicle, and everything else is just a normal. Kind of car. Like the TEC had the one that drove him home. That was the same. But everything else that I saw just hanging out on this, like parked in a no parking zone.
And we are 20 years past.
Yes, and we don't have that.
Time.
We don't have anything like that.
Nothing.
No, I just have to give props to Hollywood. For which I love the visual style of these movies and the creativity. Because even though things that are supposed to be advanced then are way behind now, like the TVs and stuff, in the wall. But it's so funny, like when they put futuristic stuff in these movies in the 80s and early 90s,
they completely missed the mark.
Because or they jump so far ahead that it's almost like unobtainable in our lifetime. Like with Back to the Future and the flying cars thing. This here was 10 years later. It was 94 to 2004. It's a 10-year difference. You're not going to see that.
So when they're doing that, like, were they just trying to think of what a futuristic car could look like in 20 years from now?
I guess. But why didn't they do that with the other cars?
I don't know.
See, and this is where like Demolition Man separates itself. Because Demolition Man was well thought out.
Where you guys are kind of falling off here is we had time travel in 1994. Maybe somebody went back and re-engineered the car at that point, and so cars would look like that in 2004.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But they all didn't.
But they didn't.
Just that one.
Just that one.
He just re-engineered the president car to look like that, and the TEC chauffeur car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so getting into the fourth category, we got to go action. So, is Kenny the only one that hasn't gone first?
I took hard targets.
I'll go. Who's going first? Is it your turn to go first again? Does it matter?
It does. I'll go first.
Go right ahead.
The hard target.
Okay. It's probably all three of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's how do you not pick hard target for the action?
It just had way more.
Oh my
action.
God!
Way more.
10 times more.
Yeah. And
maybe 100 times more.
Timecop wasn't slow.
No,
but
it was more story based.
Hard
Target had Jean-Claude literally standing up on a moving motorcycle, shooting a gun.
Punching out a snake.
Punching out a snake. And then biting off his rattler.
Snake.
Yeah, I love that too. He's like, what are you doing? I'm suppressing him. Like, I'm suppressing it for our friends or something. What did he say?
I actually thought he said surprise.
No, I'm pretty sure he said suppress.
So surprise.
We bite the rattler off, you can't hear it. Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah.
But and, I didn't keep track in hard target. How many splits did he do in hard target?
I don't think he did any. I was going to make that point earlier, but I don't think he did any.
Okay, so in
remember all that.
Timecop, it was on the countertop.
That wasn't the first one. That was the second.
Huh?
The first splits he did was in his...
when he's fighting the guy who went with
1929.
Walter Johnson in 19...
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I saw
second
Tyson
time-
Spinks on TV.
Yes,
That's
was
right.
against when he was fighting Knife 1.
Yes.
Knife number 1.
Knife, yeah.
That's who that
It's
Asian
credited
man
as-
is credited as
That's
Knife
great.
number 1. Yeah, it does the splits up on the counter and
Yeah.
while they electrocute themselves.
Yeah, zap him with the taser or
Yeah.
whatever.
So for no other reason, I mean, all those reasons we named, but if there was no other action, I still give this the hard target for that final scene in the Mardi Gras graveyard where he shoots Arnold Vosloo 40 times without reloading. You know, there's another guy he shoots like 29 times upside down, and then spin kicks him for good measure. It's wild.
I also have to mention here that and I'll get to this in an antagonist. Well, I won't get to it now. I'll just say it now. So when Lance Henriksen pulls out, I love that they actually have a bad guy with a single shotgun.
Yeah,
like it's a Thompson Center 45-70 break open single shot, and I love that. I don't know why. I mean, he's a hunter, so it's a hunting kind of gun,
and it's different.
It's just so different.
Yeah.
You know, it's so great. It just fits so well for some reason.
I love that crossbow that guy shoots in that opening scene. That's in the trailer for this thing. It's just wild.
Yeah.
Is that the one that has the crazy camera shot?
Yeah.
Follows it?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 or 5 of them in this. How can you not pick Hard Target for action? It's just way.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff in Timecop, but Hard Target's. Yeah. Hard Target's where it's at.
Yeah, there's some good action. I like some of the more understated stuff in Timecop, like whenever he's following his partner out the window and they're both leaping and fall into their death, and he hits that button, you know, on the device he has and takes them back. And just little things like that.
I love when they sentence that dude to death. They just basically sent him back to the fall.
Yeah.
They're just like, well, we'll just put him back in the fall and let him finish the fall and kill himself. That was awesome.
Okay, so I wanted to get to that. So as they're falling, and he pushes the button, and they both go through the portal, and the Irish cop says, "Oh, Mary, mother of Joseph," because they just disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
But when he comes back through, which is even more alarming, he just says, "Poor lad."
Yeah, poor lad.
Yeah. Not another... Holy frickin' crap.
Yeah.
Where the hell did that guy come from?
Yeah, he freaks out because they disappear, and then when he sees them reappear, he's like, oh, well, that sucks. It sucks because it could have been a better tomorrow. Well, that's better. The tomorrow could have been better.
Tomorrow could have been a brighter day.
Yeah, it could have been a brighter day. Also, I have to mention, we didn't mention during the story earlier real quick. So, Fielding. Sarah Fielding.
Yes.
The woman.
His new partner.
Yeah, the new partner for a brief time.
Traitor.
Why? What was in it for her exactly? Did they ever explain it?
If it did, I didn't catch it.
Yeah, just randomly.
For her to turn on him?
Yeah.
I would say McComb probably promised her something.
Well, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he threatened her or promised her something.
Yeah,
but they never...
That's the only motive she could have.
They never established it.
No.
And then, I do love the scene where he's like, I'm not going to fight the woman. And then she beats the hell out of him for a second. He's like, he catches her foot. He's like, I changed my mind. And then punches her in the face.
So, was her turn surprising to you guys?
I wasn't really expecting it, but I wasn't.
It was, but it was.
She turns on him and she's got that shit-eating grin on her face. She's just like...
I was surprised, but at the same time, I was like, what? Yeah. Like I wasn't like, oh my god, no, not her. It was like, what? Like this makes no sense. What we do? And they never explain. Like so she gets shot by McComb, which makes her turn back good again because he betrayed her, unsurprisingly to anybody. So then he goes back to save her, realizing she's the key to prove that she's got to be proven that she exists.
Yeah.
So he goes back, and then she, wakes up in the hospital bed and sees him, and they're just like, they're friends. She's like, you want to help me bring McComb down? She's like, oh, nothing would make me happier.
She knows him, but his best friend didn't know him.
Yeah, his best, because it's back in the past. So the past didn't alter again. because it's the past. So
No, they're just picking and choosing.
they're just
What is going to alter? What's
nothing's
not.
getting crazy radical in the past. Nothing's getting crazy. In the future, they lead you to believe everything's radically changed in the future, but really it's just a couple things. But they don't really go through the explanations of what it is. It just happens, and you're supposed to accept whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like what's his name? McGill. Just I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
But I'll sit here and talk to you and entertain your thoughts. If we're so-called buddies, why would you do this to me?
Yeah.
Another piece
You're
of
asking the wrong questions, dude. You don't even know this guy.
Another piece of action from that scene there, wherever she turns on him, that I love is the one-liner from Van Damme. Well, it's the missed one-liner. He that guy's arm cryo freezes and he spin kicks it off.
That was
Terminator
awesome.
2.
That was awesome.
Have a nice day, and then he walks around the corner and sees him coming. He's like, I should have told him freeze. Because have a nice day. What kind of one? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, he told McComb to freeze when he first got there, and he's like, "You realize how dumb that is? Like that doesn't make any sense."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get into our last category, unless anybody else got to say anything about the action.
What are we up to now?
Last one, antagonist.
Okay.
Oh, we're up to it's 3-1.
Oh, we've got a winner already.
We've already got a winner already. Yeah.
Timecop.
Yeah, Timecop's a winner.
I went with Hard Target on.
I also did too on antagonist because Lance Henriksen is Lance Henriksen.
Yes, and Arnold.
Bosley, the mummy.
Yeah, the dude from the Mummy. Yeah.
Yeah. The bad guys were more menacing.
Oh, scary.
Cooler.
Cooler.
You know, and I love Ron Silver.
Yeah,
he
I
is
do.
an awesome sleaze bag, man.
Well, and his was so easy to spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could tell his ear kind of went up and he was intrigued when they said, "Hey, we invented time travel and we need and he's just like the first one to volunteer to.
I'll chair that.
Yeah, I'll definitely chair that.
Oh, I'm gonna screw some people over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sign me up.
Yeah, you just knew that right away. But he's also got one of those faces. But I kind of love the interaction between Henriksen and the other Arnold.
Yeah,
because they're just a couple buds that love sport.
They love
to hunt people. They love to murder people. And they're psychos.
Yes,
I love it. Yeah, it's a great dynamic.
To do that, you are a psycho.
Oh, for sure,
you are a psycho.
Well, I love like the scene at the end, like after the bridge in town, after the motorcycle spot. They got away on the train, and then he just like looks like we're not finished hunting in New Orleans yet anyway, and then they both just kind of grinned at each other
and there's things they do like whenever the doctor's being questioned and he's looking through the peephole and Vosloo's there with his gun and shoots him.
Yes,
things like that. They're way more menacing. I love Ron Silver as McComb in Timecop,
I
but
do too.
I don't think there's any way you can go against Hard Target on that.
No. Why would you get in bed with these guys? Like they're killing you. They're going to kill you. I mean, they're all like you can't be smart enough to realize they're not going to tie up loose ends when they move to another area to do their hunting.
Yeah.
Which that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, poor Poe. He just gave away a little information, got his ear chopped off with a pair of scissors.
Yeah,
that's gruesome.
Yeah, it was so fast. I didn't even realize he gave anything away. He's just like, no, I never heard of him.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know how much he actually gave away, but they did it anyway.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that was because he sent him the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Because the guy at the beginning, Yancey, did you say Natasha?
Yeah.
Natasha's father was killed at the beginning during the first hunt. That's what opened up the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out he wasn't supposed to be the one. The guy just sent him, not realizing he had a family. They like to pick veterans with experience, so they're not completely easy.
Don't have to tie up loose ends.
Yeah, but they don't have to tie up loose ends because there's no family, and then people won't come asking questions.
Right.
So they were mad at it. And I missed this too. I read it on the wiki, but I guess the cops were on strike, so there wasn't a lot of police around.
Right. Yeah. That one detective was the only one in the office, and so she's trying to have her birthday cake, and Natasha's trying to fill out a missing persons report.
It's interesting.
She should have just stayed there.
She should have.
Did you catch how like the similarities? The black cop in that movie was celebrating her birthday with a cake by herself, and then the black partner in Timecop had a birthday the next day, which she was in the hospital, and she got killed on her birthday. They both got killed pretty much on or around their birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you doing, Jean-Claude? Can't be doing that.
Yes.
We'll be killing black girls on birthdays.
No.
Gotta wait a couple days anyway.
back to Arnold, and I can't never say his last name. Right.
Vosloo, I believe.
The Mummy.
Vosloo.
The Mummy.
Okay. Is he also the villain in Glimmerman with Seagal?
I'd have
Is
to
he
see it
in
again.
that?
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Let me just look that
I
up.
feel like he is.
It's
look it
highly
up.
possible. The only other thing I know him from is the Darkman sequels, where he plays Peyton Westlake, the character that Taken guy, I can't think of his name, good lord, played in the first movie. Liam Neeson, yes. He plays him in the sequels.
Leslie Nielsen.
Okay.
Leslie Nielsen. That may be a whole different movie, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Let me look it up here. Arnold Vosloo was in, oh my god, Darkman 2.
Yeah.
Darkman 3.
Yep, he was Darkman.
5, 6, and 7.
Yeah. 8, 9, and 10.
Was not in 11, but returned through 12 through 13.
Yeah, 15 it looks like.
That's when the franchise got back to basics.
yeah, they finally, Corey Cunningham showed up. The Mummy Returns, The Mummy, Darkman 2, Hard Target, Blood Diamond, Darkman 3, Condor's Nest, G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. He was in that.
So he was not in Glimmerman then, because you already passed that time.
Well, they're all over the place. They're not. He was in Zeus and Roxanne, which I don't even remember that.
One thing about him, I said this actually in my review, is I
you.
think he would have been a great Bond villain.
Oh, for sure.
Back in the day, with as sophisticated as he was, and still, being able to kill somebody, I think he would have been a great foil for Pierce Brosnan. I think
he was in Death Train. I've never seen it.
Was he
Acts of piracy.
Zoltan in G.I. Joe?
Maybe
Zoltan?
Zoltan. Isn't Zoltan? Wasn't Zoltan the dude and the nerdy dude in Dude, Where's My Car?
Might have been
Zoltan.
Maybe.
Was that what that was? Hal Sparks' character in Dude, Where's My Car?
He is
I just pulled that out of my ass, by the
not
way.
in Glimmerman.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't remember him, but it's been forever since I've seen Glimmerman. So.
I just
I'm
pulled that out
wanting
of
to
my
say, then I'm assuming the main villain in Glimmerman. Didn't mean to get off on that, but
Very good.
I think they have lots of similarities, because that's what got me thinking that.
He is Zartan in G.I. Joe.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Master of Disguise.
Yes. Yeah. The Master of Disguise. Masters in Disguise. Robots in Disguise.
Robots in Disguise.
Robots in Despise.
While we earlier asked you guys if you had watched the new Transformer movie.
I
I had not.
So, I did want to see it, and I still kind of do. But I mean, because I grew up with Beast Wars and love Beast Wars, and it's not Beast Wars really yet. I don't know if are they leading up to that, or is it kind of like, is that going to get too much away?
I haven't
or?
watched it.
Oh, you haven't watched it? Okay.
I looked up the deal. I do know that the beasts are in it. They're a big part of it.
Oh, I did. Yeah, because Optimus
And
Primal
explains what happens.
Optimus Primal's there, and maybe was Cheetor there, or I can't remember. There's a few of them that like Rhino, maybe.
I always
Rhinox,
forget the names.
Rhinox.
I know Mirage is making the first appearance.
I was right, dude. Where's my car? Hal Sparks was Zoltan. Anyway, I had to check that out.
What I was getting at was, as I was looking through the cast of the new Transformer movie, the very last person on there, it says their name, and I forget who the hell it was, but what they are is a recruiter for G.I. Joe.
Oh.
Secret Society G.I. Joe. They're tying Hasbro, they're tying that in.
Oh, okay.
Somehow.
Okay, cool. That might be interesting.
It also might be disastrous.
Oh, it very well could be disastrous.
Because the G.I. Joe movies were
atrocious.
A just
heap and pile of boo-boo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
I'm kind of surprised by this, honestly.
Did you think Hard Target was going to win?
Oh yeah, that's the way I voted. I honestly, as a film, prefer Timecop just a little bit more.
Yeah. So
I'm happy for it, but I'm in shock.
Really?
Yeah.
Was you 3-2 Timecop?
I think I was like 3-2
Target.
hard target. Yeah,
And we were 3-2 Timecop. I think. Yeah. We had pretty much the same picks.
And dude, like I said, some of them were so close that it could have went.
Yeah,
it could have.
Went either
It
way.
could have. It just kind of comes down to preference, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's why we have a tiebreaker. We have 3 people for a tiebreaker too, and
you
that's,
say you enjoy Timecop more as a movie.
as a film, yes.
I enjoy Hard Target more.
That's
yeah,
interesting.
I can see that.
But my
I think
vote went
Yeah.
Timecop. I mean, that's how this stuff can get weird.
I think I would say Timecop's a better film. I would prefer to watch Hard Target most days, but I guess it depends on my mood. We never did mention in this actually that Hard Target is a John Woo film.
Yeah.
So
And he was wanting Kurt Russell.
yes, he
Not Van Damme.
yes he was, but he was tied up with something. He was too busy,
Yes.
I guess. And it very much is a John Woo shot movie. The thing is, and even John Woo, I think I read an interview on this that he said that his biggest problem is he was really happy with the action from the movie, but everything else was. He said he put too much in the film because
They had to ramp it up to get that R
yeah,
because of the production, or who had it? Was it Universal?
Universal was doing a lot of Van Damme movies at the
Yeah.
time.
Okay, and that's who they were pushing for Van Damme, but
Yeah.
Woo wanted Russell. Couldn't get him, so
yeah, which
But,
would have been awesome. But the thing, and that might have been because of Big Trouble. I don't know, but he shot a Hong Kong style film, and America's wasn't ready for that yet. Probably in '94 or '93.
Yeah,
93. So, and he said, I think I just tried to do too much. I put way too much of that style in there, and it just
his
yeah.
you can feel his
there's a lot.
style. The
my
camera
god!
shots.
Oh my god!
Following
Probably too
the
much.
arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does that with
The slow motion cocking of the gun and the dust coming off the gun.
What's the one with Chow Yun Fat and Mark Wahlberg?
Is it Bulletproof or is it?
No, that's Sean William Scott.
Oh, that's right.
I can't think of it now.
You know what I'm talking about, though, where he's Mark Wahlberg's a American cop. Chow Yun. Am I saying that right? It's Chow Yun Fat, right?
I think
I don't remember. I don't know.
It's the same dude that did Bulletproof Monk.
Yeah, that's Chow Yun
Fat. Yeah, okay, yeah.
But that's that style in that.
Yeah.
The slow diving, the shooting, the following the bullet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That whole last part of this movie, with the slow mo and the birds,
wooed up.
and
It's
every shot.
woo you.
Whoa, whoa.
Woo you. You know it. Yeah. So yeah, I think maybe it just comes down to your preference, maybe, or what you feel that day.
Yeah, because I can watch either one of these movies any day of the week. And be
Sometimes I just want a regular honey bun. Sometimes I want the one that's got the icing.
Yeah.
White icing.
Yeah. Sometimes you want an oatmeal cake, and sometimes you want that double decker one.
That's right.
Which I never knew existed until I worked at Durham, and it came out of that machine. I was like, "Whoa, this is wild."
You felt like you won that day, didn't you?
Oh, I did. Yeah, my teeth didn't, and my gut didn't, but my mind was just.
I'm
whoa.
glad that it's not just me that an oatmeal cream pie will just absolutely tear my stomach.
Oh my god,
to shreds,
dude! It's too much. It's too much.
I don't know what.
It's so much sugar. Like my teeth are like angry after that. Like I don't have like a lot of teeth problems, but even my gums like, whoa, bro. I think I feel a cavity growing right now.
Let's go back in our time machine and make a better choice.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get... So with that, we are going to get on out of here. I'm going to wrap it up for the day. Looks like Timecop is the winner today. Let us know in the comments if you're on YouTube down below what you think of Timecop and Hard Target, what you would choose. If you are listening on a podcast network somewhere, you can't do that. But drop us a line on the community tab somewhere at YouTube or on our email. If you have any questions that you want us to answer or something you want us to talk about on the show and you want to hear it, let us know there too. We'll be glad to talk about it. We'll even throw your name out. And, yeah, we'll do that. So until next time, we're going to wrap it up. Peace.
See ya.
Deuces.